Welcome back to the AI animation. If you're new here, subscribe for more hilarious and entertaining stories every week. It all started one lazy Saturday morning when Benny decided he would impress his roommates by making breakfast. Normally, Benny could barely boil water, but today he was determined. He had watched a 3-minute YouTube video on perfect pancakes, and he was convinced he was now a master chef. Armed with flour, eggs, and way too much confidence, Benny mixed the batter in a bowl far too small for the job. Batter sloshed over the sides, coating the counter, the toaster, and even his dog Rufus, who happily licked it off his ears. Benny shrugged. Extra flavor. The first mistake came when he turned the stove to high because, in his logic, higher heat meant faster cooking. The pan hissed, smoke rose instantly, and Rufus barked in alarm. Benny poured the first ladle of batter, and within seconds, it turned into a black smoking frisbee. He flipped it anyway, with the enthusiasm of a professional, but instead of landing back in the pancake smacked against the ceiling and stuck there like a piece of edible wallpaper. His roommate Carla walked in just in time to see the ceiling pancake. She froze. Why does it look like breakfast is plotting against us? Benny ignored her, determined to try again. The second attempt wasn't much better. He misjudged the flip, and the pancake sailed gracefully across the room, landing on Rufus's head like a chef's hat. The dog proudly strutted around as if he were the new king of the kitchen. By the third try, Carla was laughing so hard she couldn't even offer advice. Their other roommate, Jake, wandered in, rubbing his eyes. Why does it smell like the house is on fire? He spotted Rufus with his pancake crown and immediately burst out laughing. But Benny wasn't giving up. This one's it, I can feel it. He poured the batter, focused like a surgeon, and when the pancake bubbled perfectly, he gave it a confident flip. This time it landed back in the pan. The room cheered. Victory! Unfortunately, Benny had forgotten one small detail. He hadn't greased the pan. The pancake was glued tighter than a stubborn sticker. He scraped, tugged, and finally yanked so hard the pancake catapulted out of the pan and landed directly on the smoke detector. The alarm blared, Rufus barked hysterically, and Benny panicked, waving a dish towel at the ceiling. In the chaos, Jake tried to silence the alarm with a broom, but instead knocked the pancake loose, which landed, splat, on Carla's head. She stood frozen, pancake dripping down her face before bursting into uncontrollable laughter. By the end of the morning, the kitchen looked like a war zone. Batter on the counters, pancakes on the floor, Rufus wearing a sticky crown, and Benny standing proudly with one slightly edible pancake on a plate. He held it up like a trophy. Breakfast is served. Carla and Jake refused to eat it, but Rufus happily gobbled it down, tail wagging in pure joy. And though Benny's pancakes were a disaster, everyone agreed it was the funniest breakfast they'd ever had.